In the heart of the kingdom of Aldoria, there lived a girl named Leah. She was admired for her beauty and wit, and everywhere she went, she was met with smiles and praise. But despite the adoration of the villagers, Leah felt an emptiness within her. She craved more than what she had, more than the compliments and gifts bestowed upon her. She longed for power, something that would make her truly special, someone people didn't just admire but envied. Leah's hunger for greatness grew with each passing day. She resented the quiet life in her village and the simplicity of those around her. She wanted to stand above them, to wield control and shape her destiny. It was a desire that consumed her thoughts, but no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. One day, as she walked through the bustling marketplace, Leah overheard a group of travelers speaking in hushed tones.
They say the flower of eternity can grant unimaginable power to whoever possesses it, but it's hidden deep in the forbidden forest, where no one dares to tread. The forest has taken many lives, few return, and those who do are never the same.
This was it. The key to the power she sought, the missing piece of her destiny. She didn't care about the dangers or the warnings that followed. All she saw was the opportunity to rise above everyone else, to take what she deserved. For days, Leah plotted her journey, waiting for the right moment to sneak away. She knew her parents and friends would try to stop her, filling her head with fears and stories of cursed lands. But Leah's ambition had long outgrown their caution. So one night, under the veil of darkness, she crept from her home and set out for the forbidden forest. The forest loomed large, its twisted trees casting eerie shadows in the moonlight. As Leah ventured deeper, the air grew colder, and the usual chorus of night creatures fell silent. Yet her determination never wavered. Her mind was fixed on the prize, the flower of eternity and the power it promised. She imagined the admiration she would receive upon her return, now not just as a village girl, but as someone powerful, someone revered. After hours of walking, she came upon a clearing bathed in an otherworldly glow. At its center stood the fabled flower. It was beautiful beyond description, its petals shimmered with colors Leah had never seen before, and the air around it seemed to hum with life. Leah's breath caught in her throat as she approached, her heart pounding with excitement. All she had to do was reach out and take it. But as her hand hovered above the flower, a soft whisper seemed to echo through the trees.
Do not take what is not yours.
Leah hesitated, glancing around, but saw no one. Her hand trembled slightly as the warning lingered in her mind. Yet the pull of the flower was too strong, the promise of power too enticing. Her selfishness, her greed, overrode the caution in her heart.
Why shouldn't it be mine? I deserve this.
With a quick, determined motion, she plucked the flower from the ground. The moment the stem snapped, the once serene forest darkened. The hum of magic vanished, replaced by a chilling silence. Leah felt a surge of energy rush through her veins, filling her with a sense of power she had never known. For a moment, she reveled in it, a triumphant smile spreading across her face. She had done it. She had taken the power she desired. But the darkness that followed was impossible to ignore. The trees, once vibrant with life, began to wither, their leaves curling into ash. The air turned bitter and cold, and the ground beneath her feet trembled. Panic seized Leah's heart. The forest that had been alive moments before was dying before her eyes. She clutched the flower tightly, realizing too late that the warnings had been true. Leah ran back to the village, her heart heavy with dread, but the thrill of her newfound power still burning within her. As she neared her home, she expected to feel triumphant, but guilt had already begun to gnaw at her. She tried to push it aside, convincing herself that the forest's death was a small price to pay for the greatness she had gained. But as the days passed, the land began to reflect her inner turmoil. The crops in the field started to wither, and the once clear rivers turned murky. The villagers fell ill, their once happy faces growing pale with worry and fatigue. The elders spoke of a curse, of dark forces at work, but no one knew the true source of the calamity. Leah knew. Every time she saw a sick child, every time she heard the desperate cries of farmers whose fields had dried up, her heart clenched with guilt. But her greed fought back, reminding her of the power she held. She convinced herself that it was worth it, that her ambition justified the suffering around her. Still, the weight of her guilt grew heavier by the day. She couldn't look her friends in the eye, couldn't bear to see the village she had grown up in slowly dying. Her nights were plagued with restless dreams of the forest, of its dying trees and silent whispers. The power she had stolen no longer brought her joy, instead, it haunted her every waking moment. One night, unable to sleep, Leah ventured back into the forbidden forest. She hoped to find some solace, some way to ease the unbearable guilt that had taken hold of her heart. But when she entered the clearing where she had stolen the flower, she found only death. The once vibrant clearing was now barren. The flower she had taken had withered in her hands, its magic spent. As Leah knelt in the clearing, tears streaming down her face, a voice echoed through the trees once more.
You have taken what was not yours. To undo what has been done, you must return it, along with the power you stole.
Leah knew what she had to do. Her greed had caused untold suffering, and the only way to right her wrong was to give up the very thing she had craved. With trembling hands, she laid the dead flower back into the earth, her heart heavy with regret. In that moment, the forest began to stir. The air grew warmer, and a soft light spread through the trees. But Leah did not feel the rush of power this time. Instead, she felt empty, drained of the selfish ambition that had once driven her. As she returned to the village, Leah knew she would never be the same. The power she had sought had come at a terrible cost, and though the land would heal, her guilt would remain with her forever. She had learned that true greatness does not come from taking, but from giving, from understanding the consequences of one's actions. And so, Leah lived the rest of her days in quiet humility,